Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a surprisingly interesting plunge into something you might think is pretty straightforward: instant tea powder.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you're like me, you want to get a solid understanding of a topic without feeling like you've just, wrestled a textbook.
Right.
That's what this is all about, your quick route to grasping the key insights of this dynamic market.
Exactly. We got a really detailed report here from Cognitive Market Research, and our mission really is to pull out the most important nuggets, about the major companies and the trends shaping how instant tea is bought and sold.
And to kick things off with something that might surprise you, back in 2024, the instant tea powder market was valued at over $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to 2032, they're projecting it to jump to over $2.6 billion. That's significant growth.
It really is. And when we talk about instant tea powder, we're basically looking at processed tea leaves designed to dissolve really fast in water, hot or cold. It's easy to see the appeal, especially for today's consumers. People juggling busy schedules but still wanting, a flavorful, convenient drink.
And something healthy, increasingly.
And increasingly, something that fits with their health goals. Exactly.
Okay, so let's unpack what's driving all this growth. It's more than just wanting a quick cuppa, right?
Oh, absolutely. Convenience is a big factor, yeah, no doubt. People need that quick, easy option. But we're also seeing a real emphasis on health and wellness. The popularity of herbal teas, like chamomile, peppermint, and these functional teas is really rising.
Functional teas, like for energy or sleep.
Exactly. Teas marketed for specific benefits beyond just, hydration, sleep aids, energy boosters, that kind of thing.
Got it.
Plus, there's a clear trend towards sugar-free and organic choices. It just reflects a more health-conscious consumer overall.
And the ready-to-drink thing, too.
And let's not forget the general increase in people opting for ready-to-drink formats for, well, all sorts of beverages, tea included.
That makes a lot of sense in our fast-paced world. Now, geographically, where is most of this instant tea action happening?
So right now, the Asia-Pacific region is dominant. Countries like China, India, Japan, they lead the way.
Not too surprising, given the tea culture there.
Exactly. Deep-rooted tea cultures, and they've adopted instant versions pretty readily.
But it's growing elsewhere, too.
Yeah, what's interesting is seeing growing demand in North America and Europe, particularly for those more premium and specialty instant tea products.
Interesting. So when you're looking at all these different companies operating globally, how do you even begin to compare them? What are the key things you look at?
Well, the Cognitive Market Research report uses a range of important factors.
Mhm.
Obviously, revenue and market share tell you a lot. Performance, meeting consumer needs.
The bottom line.
Right. But the variety of products they offer is also critical. Do they have a wide selection? Flavored, herbal, organic, sugar-free.
Makes sense. What else?
Then you need to consider their technology. How sophisticated are their methods? Processing the tea, the formulas, the packaging.
Like how they actually make the powder.
Exactly. Techniques like spray drying and freeze drying are important here.
Freeze drying, like for astronaut food.
Sort of, yeah. These methods, like quickly removing water at low temps, they help keep the tea's flavor and aroma intact. Much like flash freezing veggies preserves nutrients.
Right, so it's about preserving that quality, even in a powder. What else matters?
Sustainability is becoming, well, huge, increasingly vital.
How so?
Things like using eco-friendly packaging and ensuring that tea leaves are sourced ethically. Consumers care about that.
Definitely.
A company's global reach is also key.
Yeah.
How far does their distribution network go? Are they expanding?
Okay.
And naturally, how much are they investing in R&D, research and development? Shows their commitment to innovation.
Right. Staying ahead.
And finally, strategic partnerships and their digital marketing strategies, how they connect online. That can significantly impact how they compete.
Okay, so with all those factors in mind, let's get into the companies. Who are the big hitters in the instant tea world right now?
Leading the global market, pretty significant lead actually, 15.5% share, is Ajinomoto General Foods, Inc., or AGF.
AGF, okay.
They're based in Japan. It's actually a joint venture with Kraft Foods. And their estimated total revenue in 2023 was around $3.2 billion. Overall revenue, that is.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty dominant position. What's their secret sauce? What makes them so successful?
Several things, really. They focus heavily on product innovation, offering everything from standard black and green teas to herbal and those functional blends we mentioned.
With added vitamins and stuff.
Yeah, added vitamins, antioxidants.
Yeah.
They've built a strong foothold, not just in Asia, but also North America and Europe.
Broad reach.
Very broad.
Yeah.
And crucially, they're paying attention to sustainability,
Mm.
responsible sourcing, more eco-friendly packaging. They've also built a really strong, reliable distribution network.
So hitting a lot of those key points we talked about.
Yes, exactly. Innovation, market reach, and that growing focus on sustainability. It seems to work for them.
Makes sense. Who's next in line?
In second place, with a 12.3% market share, is CB Shah Co. You might know them by their brand name, Tweak.
Tweak. Okay, and they're based where?
They're headquartered in India, and they've built a strong reputation for their premium instant tea blends. Their estimated overall revenue in 2023 was about $1.1 billion.
Okay, still significant. So what's their winning formula? What's Tweak's angle?
Tweak really concentrates on those higher-end blends, and they offer a very diverse range of flavors, popular Indian options like masala chai, ginger tea, cardamom tea.
Wow, the classics.
Right. Plus green tea as well. They emphasize using natural ingredients, and they've invested in advanced processing tech to help preserve the natural flavor.
Like that freeze drying.
Techniques like that, yeah.
Yeah.
They've also been really active expanding their online sales and digital marketing, and they have strong presence in the Middle East, Europe, and North America too.
So quality and specific regional tastes, plus online savvy.
That sums it up pretty well. They're clearly leveraging online channels to reach a wider audience effectively.
Okay, so India seems like a real powerhouse here. Who else is a major player?
Another significant one is the Japanese company, Ito En Ltd. They hold about 11.4% market share.
Ito En. I think I know that name.
Yeah, they're well known for high-quality tea production in general, and their estimated total revenue is impressive, over $3.8 billion in 2023.
Wow, higher than Tweak's overall revenue. What makes Ito En stand out in the instant tea market?
Ito En really prioritizes that high-quality production. Premium tea leaves, advanced techniques like freeze drying, sophisticated extraction methods, all to maintain the natural taste and aroma.
Quality first.
Definitely. They also offer a wide variety, including matcha and organic green tea, and they specifically target health-conscious consumers.
Makes sense. And sustainability.
Sustainability is also core for them. Environmentally friendly farming practices, ethical sourcing. They've got a significant market presence in the U.S. and Southeast Asia.
So their success seems built on quality and hitting those health and sustainability trends.
Precisely. Aligning with what many consumers are looking for now.
Interesting. Now, this next one surprised me a bit. Dunkin' brands. I mean, coffee and donuts, right? They're involved in instant tea, too.
They are, yeah. Holding a 10.8% market share. Now, tea isn't their primary business, obviously.
Right.
But they've successfully used their huge retail presence and their digital strategies to tap into the instant tea market, especially in North America. Their estimated overall revenue in 2023 was $1.6 billion.
Okay, so how are they making that work? Leveraging their existing footprint?
Pretty much. Dunkin's strength is convenience, and they innovate with flavors too. Classic black tea, iced tea options, some herbal varieties.
Like things that fit their brand.
Exactly. Their established loyalty program and online ordering systems help drive sales, and they maintain consistent taste and quality through their supplier relationships.
So it shows how a big brand, even if focused elsewhere, can carve out a space.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Leveraging existing strengths in retail and customer engagement in a related market.
And rounding out the top 5, we have who?
Gurnar Food and Beverages PVT Ltd, another strong contender from India with about 9.7% market share. Their estimated revenue in 2023 was around $850 million.
Gurnar. Okay, what's their particular approach? What's their niche?
Gurnar really specializes in those traditional Indian tea blends, masala chai, Ayurvedic herbal teas, emphasizing natural ingredients and high-quality spices.
Authenticity, it sounds like.
Very much so. They've been expanding their online presence and global distribution, focusing on highlighting their heritage and the authenticity of their blends.
And that resonates.
Apparently so, yeah. It resonates well in Asia, the Middle East, and North America, too. Gurnar's strategy seems centered on capturing that demand for authentic, culturally specific tea experiences.
So these are the major players right now, big established names. But even for them, it can't be all smooth sailing, right? There must be challenges in this evolving market.
Oh, absolutely. Even market leaders aren't immune. Consumer preferences keep changing.
Like what specifically?
Well, we're seeing this growing demand for natural and organic alternatives. And there's an increasing health consciousness that, well, sometimes it leads people to prefer freshly brewed tea over instant options.
Right. The perception of fresh is best.
Exactly. And they also face more intense competition from smaller, more niche players. Regional and artisanal brands offering unique, premium products.
That makes sense. It's like the craft movement we've seen in coffee or beer, maybe.
Exactly that kind of dynamic. And there's also growing pressure, real pressure, on all companies, big and small, to be more sustainable and ethical.
Consumers asking more questions.
Definitely. They want to know where their tea comes from, how it's made. So that means investing in eco-friendly production, biodegradable packaging, fair trade practices. It's becoming table stakes.
Okay. And shopping habits are changing too.
Right. Finally, the way people shop is shifting fast. Direct-to-consumer sales, e-commerce platforms, subscription services, they're all growing. So these established companies have to adapt their sales and marketing to meet consumers where they are, which is increasingly online.
So if you're a new company looking at this market,
Yeah.
wow, how can you even think about competing with these giants? What are some ways a newcomer could potentially stand out?
It's tough, but possible. New entrants really need to focus on differentiation. Innovation is crucial.
In what way?
Unique flavors may be high quality or rare ingredients, and very targeted marketing. Aiming for specific consumer groups, not everyone.
Okay.
Emphasizing high-quality ingredients and being really transparent about sourcing, highlighting specific tea regions, minimal processing, no artificial additives that can build trust and appeal to discerning consumers.
So authenticity and quality could be key differentiators against the mass market guys.
Absolutely. And leveraging digital platforms and e-commerce, it's not optional anymore. It's essential.
Direct connection.
Exactly. Connect directly with consumers. Offer personalized experiences, use social media, influencer collaborations, tell their brand story effectively.
What about the products themselves?
Offering unique product variations helps, like those functional blends we talked about with specific herbs, adaptogens, vitamins, targeting health needs.
And partnerships.
Strategic partnerships can really help gain visibility. Cafes, health food stores, maybe premium supermarkets, even subscription boxes.
So don't try to fight everywhere. Find your niche.
That's generally a much more effective strategy, yeah. Target niche segments like wellness-focused consumers or maybe real tea connoisseurs who might overlook instant tea otherwise.
Looking ahead then, where do you see the biggest opportunities for growth within this whole instant tea powder market? What areas are ripe for development?
We're likely to see continued innovation in flavors, more exploration of exotic ingredients. Matcha is already big, but maybe more turmeric, hibiscus, different citrus notes. Things like that.
In the health angle.
Oh yeah, the trend towards functional health benefits will definitely continue. That'll be a major driver. More teas incorporating antioxidants, maybe probiotics, stress-relieving herbs.
Interesting. Probiotics in tea.
It's being explored. And sustainable packaging is moving beyond just being a niche concern. It's becoming a fundamental expectation.
Better materials, less plastic.
Right. Ethical sourcing, reduced plastic, compostable or biodegradable materials. That's key. And finally, there's significant potential in expanding into emerging markets.
Whereabouts?
Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Latin America. But success there will require really deep understanding of local tastes and preferences. You can't just drop in the same product everywhere.
Makes sense. So for a company to really succeed in the long run here, what are the absolute must-haves, the core strategies?
Well, investing in premiumization seems essential. Offering higher quality products that justify a higher price to capture that discerning consumer.
Go beyond basic.
Exactly. Developing health-focused variants is also crucial, catering to that growing demand. Having effective digital marketing and direct-to-consumer, or DPC, strategies. That's not just a good idea anymore. It's a necessity for reaching and engaging consumers today.
Gotta be where the customers are.
Right. And finally, the ability to expand geographically, but doing it smartly. Adapting to local tastes. That will be a major factor in long-term success.
Okay, let's wrap up our deep dive then. What are the main things, the key takeaways our listeners should remember about this world of instant tea powder?
Okay, well, the market is definitely growing significantly. It's dynamic, and it's becoming increasingly competitive.
Right.
While large established global companies hold the biggest shares right now, they are facing real challenges. Evolving challenges, changing consumer preferences, health, sustainability, natural ingredients, and from a new wave of entrants who are really prioritizing innovation, higher quality, and those sustainable practices.
So everyone needs to adapt.
Pretty much. What we see across the board is this need to adapt to a more health-conscious, environmentally aware consumer. That's the big picture.
So it sounds like understanding these dynamics isn't just for folks in the beverage industry. It gives you a really good insight into broader consumer trends. Things like convenience versus health, sustainability, how that influences what we all choose to buy and drink.
Absolutely. It provides a valuable snapshot, really, a case study of how consumer values are shaping even a seemingly simple product category like instant tea.
All right, here's something to think about as you go about your day. Given this increasing focus on both health and sustainability, what surprising new ingredients or maybe completely novel packaging solutions might we see emerge in the instant tea market in the coming years?
Good question.
Consider your own preferences. What kind of innovation could genuinely disrupt your current tea drinking habits? Something to mull over. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.